To produce 1 million ice cream bars every 24 hours, the process begins on a monumental scale. The foundational element is premium dairy. It starts here, where high-protein milk is generated around the clock. Automated rotary systems extract raw milk, ensuring hygiene and consistency before human hands ever touch the product. Thousands of gallons are cooled instantly, preserving the fat structures required for a velvety final texture.
For the signature chocolate coating, we trace the supply chain to the equator.
Raw cacao beans are harvested and fermented, the crucial first step in developing the deep cocoa flavor profile.
Sweetness is derived from vast plantations, harvested at peak maturity to maximize sucrose content.
Authentic vanilla provides the aromatic backbone, cured for months to concentrate the essential oils.
Even the stick requires precision sourcing. Sustainable birch is selected for its tasteless, splinter-free properties.
Before the ice cream is frozen, millions of sticks are milled, sterilized, and prepared for the assembly line.
To maintain the cold chain, raw milk is transferred to insulated tankers immediately after milking, kept strictly below 4 degrees Celsius.
A logistical fleet transports 50,000 gallons of dairy daily, converging on the central processing facility. Upon arrival, every vehicle must dock at a sealed receiving bay to prevent external contamination. Once cleared, high-speed centrifugal pumps offload the cargo, moving thousands of liters per minute into the factory's heart.
The dairy is routed to refrigerated silos, where it is constantly agitated to prevent the cream from separating before processing.
The dairy is routed to refrigerated silos, where it is constantly agitated to prevent the cream from separating before processing.
The dry ingredients arrive by the ton. Sugar, stabilizers, and cocoa powder are staged in climate-controlled zones to prevent clumping.
The birch sticks are loaded into alignment hoppers, where sensors detect and reject any splintered or warped units.
In the coating department, solid blocks of cocoa butter are introduced to melting vats, beginning the transformation into liquid chocolate. Every liquid component undergoes a final stage of filtration, ensuring a perfectly smooth consistency before the mixing phase begins. Within the factory, a complex vascular system of stainless steel piping routes ingredients to the mixing floor with zero human contact. A centralized valve matrix acts as the traffic controller, using automated logic to prevent cross-contamination between vanilla and chocolate streams.
Dry sugar is not pumped, but transported via air. Vacuum systems carry the granules at high speeds to the weighing vessels.
Precision is paramount. Load cells weigh the incoming sugar and milk powder to within a fraction of a gram to ensure the recipe is exact. In the batching tank, the fat content is standardized. Concentrated cream is married with the milk base to achieve the target richness. Stabilizers are introduced to bind the water and fat molecules. Without this crucial step, the ice cream would become icy rather than creamy. High shear impellers obliterate any lumps, creating a perfectly smooth, uniform slurry, known as the white mix.
Operators monitor the viscosity and flow rates from a remote command center, authorizing the transfer from the mix plant to the treatment zone.
Once blended, powerful pumps force the heavy mix out of the batching tanks and towards the thermal processing unit. The mix is now received at the heat exchanger, ready for the critical thermal shocks that will ensure its safety and stability.
Immediately after heating, the liquid is forced through a microscopic valve at 2000 psi. This homogenization shatters fat. The mix enters the pasteurizer, flowing between heated plates. It is flash heated to 80 degrees Celsius. A thermal shock follows. The mix is rapidly cooled back down to 4 degrees, locking in the emulsion before it is routed to storage. The mix must rest. For 6 hours, it sits in aging tanks, allowing the milk lab technicians verify the viscosity and fat composition. If the ratio is off by even 1%, the entire batch is rejected. Only after aging is the flavor profile finalized. Concentrated vanilla is dosed into the line just moments before freezing to maximize aromatic potency. Simultaneously, the chocolate coating is tempered. It is heated and cooled repeatedly to align crystals, ensuring that signature crack when bitten. The coating's thickness is calibrated. If it's too thick, the bar becomes heavy. Too thin, and the coverage will be patchy. Before freezing, purified air is injected into the liquid. This process, known as overrun, gives the ice cream.
The prepared mix hits the freezing cylinder. Here, rotating blades scrape frozen mix from the walls.
In the moment of formation, the semi-frozen mix is pumped through a shaping manifold, extruding 12 parallel ribbons of ice cream onto the production belt. A heated wire cutter, timed to the millisecond, slices the ribbons into individual portions.
As the soft bars pass, a pneumatic ram drives the birch sticks into the center of each unit. The ice cream is just firm enough to grip the wood.
The bars are currently too soft to handle. They travel into the spiral hardening tunnel, a cryogenic environment kept at -40 degrees Celsius. For 20 minutes, they undergo deep freezing. The intense wind chill pulls the core temperature down rapidly, solidifying the water content completely.
They emerge from the tunnel rock hard. The ice cream is now structural, capable of supporting its own weight by the stick alone.
A transfer robot, synchronized to the line speed, lifts the bars by their sticks. From this point on, the product hangs vertically.
The defining moment. Enrobing. The frozen bars are plunged into the tempered chocolate bath.
The thermal contrast is immediate. The -40-degree ice cream shocks the warm chocolate, causing it to set in seconds. As the coating crystallizes, it shrinks slightly, creating a tight, snap-prone shell that seals the creamy interior from the outside world.
The grippers release the finished bars onto the packaging line. They are now fully formed, coated, and frozen.
Blow wrappers envelop each bar in an airtight, metallized film. The heat jaws seal the package instantly without melting the chocolate inside.
Safety is absolute. Every single bar passes through an X-ray detector, checking for foreign materials or structural defects in the wooden stick.
The grippers release the finished bars onto the packaging line. They are now fully formed, coated, and frozen.
Robotic packers collate the bars. Suction arms, moving faster than the human eye can track, load the product into retail cartons.
Traceability is laser etched onto every box. This code allows the factory to track the specific hour and ingredients used for any single bar in the world. The cartons are aggregated into master cases. A heavy-duty palletizer builds the shipment, preparing nearly 2,000 bars per pallet. To ensure stability during transport, the stack is wrapped in tension plastic film, securing the load as a single unit. The pallets enter the deep store. Here, in a fully automated dark warehouse kept at -25 degrees, they await distribution.
Distribution begins immediately. Refrigerated trucks, pre-cooled to match the warehouse temperature, accept the cargo for nationwide delivery. 1 million times a day, this complex industrial symphony ends in exactly the same way, with a perfect, melting moment of pure joy.